Once upon a time, in a kingdom where morning light painted everything gold, there lived a princess named Annalisa. In the royal stables, she found her beloved horse, Falada, waiting, loyal, patient, their bond deeper than words. Her mother, the queen, gave her a precious gift before she left, a small white handkerchief embroidered with delicate patterns. Then came the day of departure. Brunhilde, her handmaiden, stood beside her in the courtyard. Something in the woman's eyes felt cold. Annalisa mounted Falada at the palace gates. Side by side they traveled. Annalisa on Falada, Brunhilde on her own horse, riding through countryside roads lined with golden grass and wildflowers. They crossed open fields beneath warm sunlight and wide blue skies. Everything felt peaceful. But when they reached the forest edge, tall, ancient trees rose before them, casting shadows across the ground. When Annalisa offered her water from an ornate golden cup, a gesture of kindness, Brunhilde refused, her sneer cold and unmistakable. Tension settled between them like a weight. The forest road stretched ahead. Storm clouds gathered overhead. They came to a stream where water flowed clear over smooth stone, and that's when everything shattered. Brunhilde seized the golden cup from her hands. The white handkerchief, her mother's protection, slipped from Annalisa's fingers and fell into the rushing water, floating away until it disappeared completely. Brunhilde's voice cut through the air with commands, not requests. She menaced the princess beneath darkening skies, and Annalisa could do nothing but submit. She rode away on the princess's horse, leaving Annalisa standing alone on the path. She walked the rest of the way alone, her dress now torn and dirty, a wooden basket in her hands. The castle came into view, tall stone walls and towers. Brunhilde arrived at the gates in stolen splendor, and King Leopold welcomed her warmly, believing her to be the true princess. Meanwhile, Annalisa slipped quietly into the stable area, where geese honked and hay lay scattered. She was assigned to tend the flock, a servant now, invisible and forgotten. Falada was led away under Brunhilde's cruel orders, and all Annalisa could do was watch from a distance as her beloved horse disappeared through the castle gates. Annalisa woke before dawn and led the white geese through wide green meadows. She walked with them at golden sunrise, their honking the only company she had. By the old stone well, she rested with her wooden basket, exhausted. Sometimes she would braid her long golden hair and remember who she used to be. Wind would rise across the fields, lifting her hair high into the air. And every morning when she passed through the city gates, she would stop. Falada's head had been mounted there, a memorial. She would stand beneath the stone archway and whisper to him, tears streaming down her face. The horse couldn't answer, but she spoke to him anyway. High on the castle walls, King Leopold watched the Goose Girl. Something about her caught his attention, the way she moved, the grace beneath the dirt. His curiosity grew with each passing day. Sunset would find her still in the fields, golden orange light spreading across the land. Evening brought purple skies and sleeping geese. Night brought stars and rest beneath the moon. Dawn returned with mist and fog, and she would rise again, herding the flock as the castle towers loomed nearby. King Leopold grew more contemplative, watching her from the stone walls. Something wasn't right. One day, he approached her privately in a secluded garden where white flowering trees bloomed. Annalisa lowered her eyes, hesitant to speak. She finally let the truth escape. Wind rose dramatically across the courtyard, leaves swirling everywhere as her words poured out. The king's eyes widened in shock. He summoned the royal court immediately. the great hall filled with nobles as crystal chandeliers blazed. Brunhilde stood nervously beneath the lights, fear creeping into her eyes. And then Annalisa appeared, no longer in rags but revealed in a beautiful cream gown with gold embroidery, her short blonde hair styled elegantly. Guards moved forward to apprehend Brunhilde. Falada was honored with flower wreaths and candles near the gate. The truth spread through the hall like wildfire. Nobles whispered, then bowed. Even King Leopold bowed deeply to Annalisa, acknowledging what had been hidden. Brunhilde was escorted away by guards. Her deception finally ended. The court reacted with awe beneath rainbow light streaming through stained glass. Annalisa stood on the castle balcony as dawn broke, golden and pink across the sky. King Leopold stood beside her near the marble fountain. An alliance formed, respect given. Bronze bells rang out from the stone towers, their sound carrying across the kingdom. Villages celebrated outside the castle gates. People gathered with flowers and colorful banners, children playing in the streets. Annalisa watched white geese wander freely through green fields, remembering her journey. Falada's memory lived on, fresh flowers and candles placed lovingly near the gate where his spirit remained. She stood in the meadow at sunset, orange-pink light washing over everything. The castle glowed warmly in the evening. From the balcony, Annalisa and King Leopold stood together, overlooking the kingdom. Fields stretching endlessly, villages nestled among green forests, all beneath calm blue skies. Colorful banners waved gently in the breeze. Annalisa stood proudly on the stone balcony, her rightful home spread before her. Night fell peacefully across the countryside, and the kingdom thrived. Castle towers rising strong, villages prospering, farmland rich and green. This was Annalisa's story, the princess who lost everything, the goose girl who endured, the truth that found its way home.
If you loved this story, subscribe to our channel for more magical fairy tale adventures. And keep the magic alive. Until next time, my friends.